Well, a lot of companies allocate mental health days to employees as a way to help them refocus. And experts say that stepping away from responsibilities and stress, even if it's just for a short period of time, it can actually help avoid burnout and help you recharge your body and your mind.
It makes a lot of sense. But before you submit that request to your boss, you might want to consider planning out your time to ensure that you are using that day well. Here to help us is psychiatrist Dr. Gail Saltz. Dr. Saltz, always great to have you here. So let's talk about the difference between taking a mental health day versus a normal day off, and what are the best ways to use our mental health days?
So I think of a mental health day, it's a little bit of a misnomer. It's really about burnout, which is distinctly different from mental. So if you're struggling with a mental illness, a day is not what I'm going to suggest.
Right.
But if you are struggling with burnout at work, or if you're a kid at school, and it does happen, then a mental health day is meant to provide a space of time for some relief, some connectedness, some feeling of, okay, I've restored myself a little bit, I've taken a break from that burnout feeling so I can re-engage.
Okay.
I'm interested to hear you mention kids. I mean, what are the signs that we as adults need to take a mental health day, but what are the signs that our kids may need one?
So burnout looks like feeling disengaged, right? Numb, and even cynical at work or at school.
Okay.
You might feel more irritable, anxious, sad, and like you can't concentrate. When these things come together, you're not fully participating in what's going on. And it says the burnout means you need a break. A break can be an offloading by disseminating your work at work somewhat, but it can be by stepping back and taking some time to have that relief, to find connectedness. So maybe, what are we going to do on that mental health day? Well, maybe you're going to have lunch with somebody that does feel supportive to you, that you can talk to about what's going on. How do you find relief? Maybe you're going to take a warm bath. You're going to do some exercise because that does boost mood and relieve stress. You're going to go out in nature because that gives you relief. The things that give you pleasure are the things that you sort of want to do as that play break, if you will, from work.
A play break from work. And talk to us about what that does to restore us. How does that help stave off burnout and kind of refill your bucket?
Yeah. So it is this offloading of the day-to-day, hour-to-hour grind that helps relieve you. It might help give you perspective, how you come back to work, how you think about how much you have to do. And it will just give you a moment of lowering your cortisol, being able to think more clearly, to feel more rested, to feel resilient, like I can overcome what's going on. Maybe you write down some of the things you want to have happen going in the future. That might be something you do during that day that gives you a different perspective, what matters to you. Relief, connectedness, feeling less stress. And the same is true for your child. And you're modeling for your child. If you do that yourself and you're helping them to think about how they might need to do that for themselves. Don't lie in bed all day. Don't look at social media. Don't drink alcohol for the day or use drugs. Do something that makes you feel one of these things, relieved or connected in some way.
And I do want to just underscore that with our last few seconds. I think it's really important the things that you mentioned we shouldn't do. Again, showing our viewers what's on the screen here, not drinking, not just bed rotting as the kids say, doing nothing, not just scrolling
social media. Often makes people feel worse, more stressed, and
they're
less connected.
Comparisons.
And you want real life people interactions.
Dr. Gail Saltz, thank you so much as always. This is news we can all use. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Stay with us, folks. You are watching NBC News Daily.